And good afternoon, parents and other guests. We have a really terrific presentation for you. But let me tell you why this is so important. For all of my young people here, this is something I want you to remember. I am 61 years old. Isn't that old? No! When I look old, now you're making me feel good. But let me tell you why I told you how old I am. I am 61 years old, and none of the boys and girls I grew up with have their teeth. What? None of them. All of them lost their teeth when they were growing up. And do you know why? They lost their teeth because no one explained to them why it was so important for them to take care of their mouths. And so at first, everything seemed fine when they were young. And then they started having cavities and they started getting toothaches. And then the doctors, the dentists, started taking out their teeth, and then they got older in their 20s, and their teeth continued to get bad. And then by their 30s and 40s, they didn't have half of their teeth. And by the 50s, most of their teeth. And one of the things we've said at the Harlem Children's Home is we want our young people to grow up healthy, and we want them to grow up with great smiles and in great health. So, because today is special, I have found somebody who I think is one of the best dentists in this country to come in and talk with you all today. So I have a special guest whose name is Dr. Levine, and for some of you who might have watched television, you will see Dr. Levine featured on a very famous TV show. And I'm going to say a word about that TV show, but Dr. Levine is a world-renowned dentist, and he is a professor at NYU. And he is committed to helping young people all over the world learn about how to take care of their mouths and their teeth. And when I say all over the world, I mean all over the world. And he's coming to join us today here at County College. But we have another special guest. Joining Dr. Levine is somebody that most of you have probably seen. Because this person was always on one of my favorite shows. You know one of my favorite shows? Well, somebody said, what? What's one of my favorite shows? Oprah. You all know Oprah was one of my favorite shows? And this person I first saw on Oprah, and he has moved from Oprah to having his own show. And he is a person I call America's doctor because everybody in America knows this doctor. He is one of the best doctors in the world. And he's not just a TV celebrity. He's actually a real doctor, and he practices real medicine. He graduated from Harvard, and he went to the University of Pennsylvania Medical School and the Wharton School. He has written 6 books on health. And all of the grown folk here know and love him like I do, because his name is Dr. Oz. And Dr. Oz is a great, great doctor. So please join me in giving our 2 guests a great big County Cullen welcome. And Dr. Oz. We are so glad that they have joined us today.
Well, Geoffrey, that was a fantastic introduction. We are so excited to be here. You know, a year ago, Stacy and myself, we spent some time with Geoffrey Canada, what he's done up here, and we are so excited to bring some of the things that we work on every day. I've been in dentistry over 25 years, and we started this GLO Good Foundation, which is all about creating oral health initiatives, really getting everybody the right tools to have a healthy mouth. Because as you guys get older, you don't want cavities, right? And you want to be able to have a big, beautiful smile. And it's all about making sure you have the right education and the right tools to have a great smile. So this guy on my left, this guy Mehmet Oz, who created an organization over a decade ago called Health Corps, is all about educating children so that they are educated about their bodies, so that they are healthy for the rest of their lives. Well, he inspired me to say we can do that when it relates to the oral health, and we joined together to make sure Health Corps also has an oral health initiative. So here we are today, and very blessed to have Oral-B, which is part of this company called Procter & Gamble. So you guys know about Crest toothpaste, right? Crest toothpaste? Yeah! And Oral-B, well, they are helping us bring this program to you. So I want to give them a big round of applause to Oral-B. But we're so excited to be here and to be with Dr. Mehmet Oz, who really inspires everyone around him, and so does Geoffrey Canada, which for all of us, it's that kind of inspiration that wants us to really make a difference. So the difference we're going to make today is we're going to go over a lot of cool things. Okay, we're going to talk about to make sure you brush properly. So if I ask everyone, raise your hand, who knows how long you're supposed to brush for? You know? Okay, yell it out. 2 minutes? How did you know that? Unbelievable. Okay, you guys are good. Okay? And if I said to you with the hand up, how much toothpaste are you supposed to put on your brush? Do you put on a pea size, or do you put on a size that is the length of the brush head? What do you say? One pea size, that's right, you're right. Okay, so we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff of brushing, proper brushing technique, proper flossing technique. We're going to talk about food. Kind of the good food. And the amazing thing about the mouth is what's healthy for the overall body is healthy for the mouth. It's all connected. So there's a connection between our health in our mouth and our body. Okay? So I want to introduce this guy because I've been talking too much. Dr. Mehmet Oz, and I know that between him and I, we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Well, I have enjoyed being in this auditorium before, but I want to talk about you. I want to know why I feel so passionately about this, and why all the folks who come here today feel that we can make a big difference. At the end of the day, we're not talking just about your teeth. We want to make your teeth beautiful. You'll get lots more dates with nice teeth. People think you're cooler. They come in handy as you get older. That's all great. But it's really much more about realizing that if you can take care of your body, if you can understand what makes this thing tick, you can change the world around it. I was sitting there taking a picture earlier. There was 6 people back there. So I had Michelle Obama on the show this year. She's pretty cool. She whipped me in jump roping, by the way. That's how she keeps her arms so tall. So, you know, when you have someone like one of those folks behind you as a role model, you're able to get close to them. What you realize more than anything else is they realized that they were worth it. They recognized that they were so special, they were worth taking care of. And then they begin to realize, you know what, I'm so special, I ought to just give back and take care of other people as well. That's why those 6 wonderful human beings are painted back in this auditorium. So we like to use teeth as a way of getting into the system. It is the entryway to the mouth, but also to the entire body. And we'll just think about that as we go through this, because we're going to learn some cool things about the teeth, but always remember, it's much bigger than that. So I'm only going to ask you personally if you want a favor. Dr. Levine may have a favor as well. My personal favor is take at least one idea from today and tell the people that you care about in your life about it. It could be your parents. Now you can teach them how long to brush their teeth, and if they don't do it, what are you going to do? Give them a hard time. You're going to anyway. Let's make it about something worthwhile. If we teach you about what foods are good for your teeth, talk about that with your parents when you go look in the refrigerator. Give You can teach us a hard time. Give each other a little nudge. Your sisters, your brothers, your nieces, your nephews, cousins, all those folks that are in your life, talk to them about these things. That's how we get this going. Because we have a couple hundred really smart people out there. I can see from those eyes, and they're cheerfully looking up, they're answering questions. But you are only 100 people. But if you each tell 10 people, we're talking about thousands of people who will have their lives changed. That's what our goal is today. You're a little pebble dropped into the pond of your communities. Make that ripple go as far as you can. Make a difference. Okay, John, teach me.
So here we go. Why is it important to have a healthy smile? Why is it important? Why is it important? So what? So listen to this. The number one enemy in the mouth is the plaque and the bacteria. What you're talking about, those germs. So we have all this bacteria in our mouth. We got the good stuff and we got not such good stuff. So it depends on how well you guys are cleaning. So you brush it now for 2 minutes, and you got to do it so that you're getting to every area of your mouth. Now, if you miss an area, you know what's going to happen? You can get somebody else. You're answering all the questions. You're amazing. How about right? You got cavity. And how does that happen? The bacteria, go ahead. What's that? And you get sick. Yeah, you get sick in the tooth. What happens is that tooth is hard and it demineralizes the acid from the sweets. Anybody have candy in this place? You guys ever eat candy? No, you don't eat candy. Okay, now we got to talk about that. You know what Dr. Oz says? He says sugar is the enemy. I quote him all the time. And what happens, if you guys don't brush real well, and you know what? Floss, you know about that floss string that you put between your teeth? You're not doing that twice a day, 2 minutes of brushing. That sugar is going to cause cavity. So now you guys have learned that. You got to brush for 2 minutes. And if you're going to have candy, which we say, hey, if you're going to chew gum, make it sugarless. Okay? And try to decrease that candy because you're going to be a lot healthier. It's all about what we put in our bodies. Isn't that right? Okay. So you guys are going to learn this at an early age. Now we got some props here that we're really excited about.
Now one thing I want to point out is Jonathan gets these props straight. So I've got 4 kids just like you. And I used to always go to the auditoriums of their schools and talk to them. This is how I would get on their radar screen. When they wouldn't behave themselves, Jonathan Levine would take one of these little picks and get into one of those cavities. And there are many kinds of anesthesia you can use. I would use something called brutane, where you hold them down brutally, and hold their mouth open, and then they go at it. And it's uncomfortable. I've had that done by him. So I learned my lessons. I want you to learn when I go through the pain that I had. My dentist used to always say, I'm going to start drilling. And when you start feeling pain, you put your hand up. Did your dentist ever say that to you? Yeah. So, of course, as soon as that sound, as soon as you hear that sound, why do they make it so loud, by the way? It's so crazy. So with that drilling, as soon as you hear it, you feel pain, even before they touch you. So he'd start drilling away, and it would start to hurt me. So guess what I would do? Do it all together. We all put our hands up, right? And guess what he would do? He'd keep on going. He never said he would stop.
That is not true.
He said, when it starts to hurt, put your hands up. I put my hands up, he just keep going. And that's how he took care of all my teeth. So we want to avoid that today.
Thank you for that. Okay, so let's talk about flossing for 2 seconds. I'm going to hold this floss set. Make believe this is floss. And here's your teeth. Who knows how to floss? Really? Who wants to come up here and show me how they would floss? Okay, since you're answering all the questions, come up real quick. Come on up. Now, before she comes up, let's give her a hand. Come on up.
We have some more demos here, guys. Practice with that. Oh, we have way over there. Now you're going to demonstrate it, but those are fast hands.
So here is our helper. Now she's got dental floss and she's going to wrap it between her hands right around her middle finger. Here it is.
You guys ready? I thought it would go like a baseball.
So here is our helper. Now the floss goes between the teeth.
What's your name? Layla. Let me open your mouth and look at your teeth. beautiful teeth in there.
So Layla, thank you Layla, is going to show you how to floss. And there she is, she puts the floss between the teeth, and then you're going to make a C-shape around the teeth. Layla, I don't know how you knew that, but that was amazing. Wrap it around the teeth, wrap it around the teeth, back and forth. You know what that does? That removes any of that candy, sugar, plaque out from between, and now you can't get a cavity. Now do the other surface, and now lift it up. And you're going to do that between every tooth. That is flossing. You're going to do that twice a day, in the morning and night. Layla, thank you very much. Thank you, sweetheart. Everybody give Layla a hand. Okay, now we got to get into brushing. Because brushing is like any sport or anything we do. Does anybody play a musical instrument? Musical instrument. Now you know how much you have to practice, right? Well, brushing is just like that. You guys got to practice. So you practice it every time you're brushing for 2 minutes. Who wants to show us how to brush properly? Who? Can you get there in the red and gray striped shirt? That's you, Buster. Come on up. What's your name? Come on up. Now this is a big toothbrush. This is for a giant, this toothbrush. Tell everybody.
Hello, Jamari.
All right, here we go. Now Jamari is going to show you guys the famous, what's this brush? Exactly. The bass technique. Jamari, I can't believe you knew this. Now hold on. Now, this bass technique is all about getting the bristle right where the gum meets the tooth. And we call it a 45-degree angle. So this would be a 90-degree angle, 45, back and forth and up. Back and forth and up. And you're going to do that 30 seconds in each corner of our mouths on the outside and the inside. Amari, show us how to do it. Go ahead, hold that toothbrush. Go for it. I'll give you a little hand. There you go. 45. And up. That's it.
45. And up.
Now do the inside. Let's do the inside. Get 2 hands on that. This is a big toothbrush. We've used this toothbrush on the show, and I got to tell you, it gets the point across. 45 and up.
45 and up.
Unbelievable. Let's give Mari a big hand, and that's how we're brushing. Well, the next thing we got to talk about is really important. We talked about the enemy being sugar, but the other really big enemy in the mouth is the bacteria. We call it plaque. Who wants to see what plaque is all about? Okay. Red sweater in the back. Hand up. Let's go. No, that's you with the braids. Come on. Yep. Let's go. Okay. Now we're going to look at plaque. And this plaque, this is an illustration. This kind of looks like what plaque is all about. Dr. Oz is going to tell you about it.
So what's your first name?
Zoe.
So I have a Zoe. My little girl's name is Zoe. How old are you, Zoe?
9.
Have you ever touched plaque before? What does it feel like? It feels dirty. Can you roll your sleeves up for me, please? You have to close your eyes, Zoe. Close your eyes. I'm going to ask you what this... No cheating now, Zoe. No cheating. Put your hand inside of... Just a little bit. Just one hand. Just one hand. One hand. Now describe that to everybody. Or sheet. Grab something and show everybody what it looks like.
That's it. That is plaque. It is sticky. You wake up in the morning and you run your tongue on your teeth and it's really sticky. And you have to film on your teeth. You guys got to immediately brush and floss your teeth to get that gooky, icky, stinky stuff off your teeth and gums. There it is.
Look at Zoe's fingers. This is what your teeth look like when you had something to eat. You see how they got stuff all over them? It starts off soft and then it gets harder and harder and harder. Then you got to really work to get it out. So instead, when you do the smart things you're talking about, it comes off like this. Go ahead, Zoe. Well done. Thank you very much. Good job, Zoe. Leave your hand well. We can help you over here.
Laker, your hand. So, okay, so that's the important stuff about plaque. It's the important stuff about eating properly. Well, when we think about our eating properly, there's some foods you can eat that are really, really healthy for your mouth and really, really healthy for your body. Who can tell me the #1 food that is really healthy for both the mouth and the body? Yes. What do you say? Salad. That's right. Green leafy vegetables. That's unbelievable because it raises up this good balance in the mouth. We call it the pH. That is terrific. Who can tell me another food? Fruit. I want Dr. Oz to tell you about this because he spends so much time educating everybody about the foods they're supposed to eat.
Apple's a great idea because apples clean your teeth and you chew into them. So you both clean off the stuff. It also tastes good and it's got the right kinds of material to keep your teeth clean. And pretty much all the foods that come out of the ground, look at the way they look when you eat them, those foods are good for you. That's as simple as it gets. If it doesn't have a food label, you're good to go. Yes, what are you going to say, Tiger? Orange. Orange is also good. Vitamin C, yes? I said apple's good for you. Yeah, yell it out, Tiger, because I can't hear you.
Yell it out.
It's all right, take your time. We'll come back to you. Go ahead, do one. Grapes also good. Grapes are not as good as some of the other ones because they got a lot of sugar, but that's good. Yes, sir. Bananas and potatoes good, but remember, potatoes are good unless you fry them. When they call it French fries or potato chips, they're not good for you. Yes, in the front here, the one. Go on. Yep. Broccoli is the best. Super. We get 2 more. Yes, sir. In the back there. Go ahead. Carrots, fantastic. Carrots really good for your eyes, and it's good for any part of your body that requires antioxidants. One last one over here, go ahead. Peas good, and go ahead and do there. Go ahead, great. Apple juice, no. Let's talk about Jose. When you make it into a juice, when you take the fruit, remember, an apple comes off a tree. You eat it. It comes out of the ground, look in the way it looks when you eat it. When you make it into a juice, it's different. That's not as good for your teeth. That's one of the reasons we don't want you drinking too much sugary stuff. Let me give you one other little thought. How many of you have been sick this year? Okay, almost everybody. Okay, you're sick right now. What do you do with your toothbrush when you get sick? Oh. Yes, you brush your teeth when you're sick, but then when you're done being sick, you buy another one. What's your name? David got it right. This is a big mistake, adults make this too. You get better from your illness, the virus is out of your body, the bacteria are gone. Instead of throwing your toothbrush away or boiling it in water, your parents can boil it in water if you want to use it again, you just keep using it. You take that bacteria or that virus that got on the toothbrush when you were sick and you use it again. And what's even worse than that, how many of you share your toothbrushes? Be honest. Yeah, there are a couple here, I see your hand. I know. Jonathan, what happens if you share toothbrushes?
Okay, listen to this. We got 600 different types of bacteria in the mouth, 8 billion bacteria, more than people on the planet, and you don't want to have anybody else's bacteria. So, do not share your toothbrush. And remember, you do get a cold, replace it. Who knows how long you should replace your toothbrush in general? After how many months? Call it out. Did I hear 3? 3 months. 3 months, not longer, you got to get another toothbrush. If you're going to replace it after a month, that's good too. So listen to this, guys. We talked about brushing the teeth. We talked about flossing. Did you guys know that when you're brushing your teeth, you should also brush your tongue? Did you guys know about the tongue and what's going on in that tongue? Now, we've had some fun shows, and Dr. Oz on the show playing around with his tongue scraper and the tongue. And Dr. Oz is going to show you what are you doing with this thing? Because this is called a tongue scraper, and you can also use your toothbrush.
So those toothbrushes, the new ones, you're gonna get them every month. You're not sharing them with anybody, because that's like kissing that person. Remember that. Oh, cooties. But then also, sometimes your breath isn't so good. And believe me, you want your breath to be sparkling, fresh, to impress all your friends. So what you want to do is take the brush or a tongue scraper. It looks like this. And you know that little white film, that little white thin line at the top of your tongue? All right, you take that, you scrape it like this. Like that, and like that. And you scrape all those different parts of the tongue. And by doing that, all that muck comes off here. If you've got a silly, you can throw it at them. If you don't have anybody to throw it at, just wash it down the toilet and get rid of it. It doesn't smell very good. It's as simple as that. So let's give them the final exam. Final exam, first question. Every how many months do you want to get a new toothbrush? 3 months. Good.
How many times?
3. What size toothpaste do you want to put? How much of toothpaste? Pea-sized toothpaste. Don't put too much toothpaste on the toothbrush. 1 pea. One little dollop, 1 little pea. You get most of it. Oh, and don't forget 2 minutes of brushing and flossing. If you're really going to show off and floss, you'll have those teeth the rest of your life. And believe me, it's a lot more fun than having someone take that drill to you. Any questions? Let's take 2 questions. Yeah, way in the back here. Go ahead.
Just have him say, right here,
That's all right.
right here, say, how should we brush? How long?
How do you get the stuff in the back? That is a great question. It's a great question, John. How do you get the back teeth? It's really
It's really important. Remember, we talked about that 45-degree angle on the outside? Well, you do that same thing on the inside, on the lower jaw. We call it the mandible, and up on the upper jaw on the inside. Now, it's really important, everybody. Make sure you get to the dentist twice a year. Because as good as we try to be, we always miss spots. And our dental professionals will really make sure that you get to these problems early.
Last question over here. Go, who wants to go? Go on, you there in the back. Go ahead. Stand up.
Say it so that way we got it.
How does food cause bacteria in the teeth? The food doesn't cause the bacteria. The bacteria are in our mouth all the time. When we're born and we're coming down through our mommy, and we get the bacteria in our bodies when we breastfeed. All that bacteria is good stuff. It's supposed to be there. The problem we run into is we put the wrong foods in our body, the wrong bacteria eat it up, and they start to get stronger and stronger. So life, you'll all find out, is a balance. We have loved being with you. You were the best behaved. I was never this well behaved. And I'm very proud of all you guys that go out there. So make sure you change the world, leave it better than you found it. Love you all.
Thank you all. Thank you for letting us